Welcome back. As we promised, we are going to dedicate the last part of our breakfast show to development in Sinai. Development in Sinai is not less important or even less difficult than liberating Sinai. To develop Sinai, meaning that it's going to move to another era. Sinai is a very dear part to the hearts of all Egyptians, and it's our pride to see it as more developed, as more prosperous, and attracting more Egyptians to live there. To shed more light on the development process which is taking place in Sinai Peninsula, we are very much delighted to have with us via phone Dr. Hassan Wagih, Professor of Political Science. Thank you very much for being with us, sir, and have a very good morning.
Good morning to you.
Sir, let's speak first about the strategic importance of having or holding mega national projects in Sinai.
Yes, of course, this is a very significant matter for all Egyptians. Sinai became an integral part of the homeland after having gone through a long and winding road when it comes to liberating Sinai in 1982. And then I'll tell you something about the Egyptian persistence of developing Sinai. We could look back at the Egyptian persistence and insistence when it comes to liberating Sinai in 1982, and then have an eye on Taba in 1989. After 6 years, we have already achieved the full liberation of the entire land of Sinai. This means that we insist to possess this dear part of the homeland, particularly when it comes to trying to develop it now with a long-term development. We have established tunnels under Suez Canal. We have already allocated a great number, a big part of our Sinai for developing projects, for cultivating, for getting people to go there. Because if we have Egyptians expand their existence in this, it is a holy land. In this holy land, I think that it is much more protection for the homeland and much more development.
Yeah.
And we have seen mega projects, as you have said.
And we said that from the security perspective, we are facing terrorism. But development is another way to meet this challenge. Whenever it's a developed place, whenever there are job opportunities, whenever that the youth are well civilized and you know well that they do have a chance to have a job and to earn money and to enjoy a good standard of life, who is going to be able to wash their minds and to attract them to join terrorist cells? So how do you see development as a way to fight terrorism?
Actually, Egypt has taken the burden of fighting terrorism in this area and the leading role in the entire world, actually. Having Sinai a vacant place encouraged certain outside circles to enlist terrorists and to bring them to make some centers in a vacant area. But when you develop it, I think you annihilate that kind of thing that would really could be used as a hub for terrorism. And actually, the Egyptian army has already done a great deal of efforts in cleaning up Sinai from these terrorist hubs, and Sinai became much more safer these days, despite the fact that there are certain circles outside the country that really try to inject that important place with those man-made terrorists.
Hello?
Hello? Yes.
Yes, sir.
You listen?
Sir,
Yes.
I'd like to continue, if you permit me, to speak about Sinai as a treasure in itself. You know, so many people do not know that much about the treasures we have in Sinai. They only know about Sharm el-Sheikh, Nuweiba, Dahab. But Sinai is filled with treasures, mineral resources, lands to be cultivated. I mean, Sinai can be such a big source to add to our economic development. Would you please, sir, elaborate on that?
Yes, of course, Sinai is extremely rich with natural resources. And not only natural resources, but it has the very specific and very unique place of being a place for religious tourism. You know, this is the site where God talked to Musa, the Prophet Musa, peace be upon him. And you have there St. Catherine, and you have this fascinating place that people all over the world try to come and visit and feel the sense of having this kind of religious tourism, which is a very rich source for Egypt. And also the natural resources, oil, minerals, the water, the beaches over there. From the beaches, you got the best quality of fishery, and you have a lot of resources there.
Dr. Hassan Wagih, thank you very much for your input, sir, and have a very good day. Well, we are going to go to mark the celebrations of Egypt of the 25th of April. Sinai Liberation Day is such a day, a turning point in our modern history, and we are going to follow or to air live coverages from all the celebrations which are going to take place all over the day, marking this occasion. And by this, we come to the end of our breakfast show today. You were in the company of my dear colleague Amal Mukhtar and myself, Nermeen Abdurrahman. Many thanks for watching.